The five, now this would be six that we've stopped. I've stopped six wars in the last, I'm averaging about a war a month.
Hey family, welcome back to my channel, Jim's Corner. Today I'm going to go political. I'm going after Trump and his claim, as well as all of MAGA's claim, that he has restored order to the universe by solving 6 wars in 6 months. This is an outrageous claim. It's a highly fact-check claim, which I'm doing right now. And so I made a video about it because I'm sick and tired of this meathead fulfilling the lies of the MAGA-verse and the MAGA-tards out there. Oh, let's get into the video. Let's go. Trump and his sycophants over at Fox News and his administration. Wow, what an administration. The darkness administration. They have claimed to have ended 6 wars, but much of the evidence doesn't back it up. Several, in fact, so-called wars were never truly wars. There were many agreements that were fragile or brokered by others, and violence often continued despite this rhetoric by Trump. Most fact checkers agree that most of the claims by the Trump administration and by our precious dear leader are mostly false.
Why not? Why not Canada, by the way?
Why?
I mean,
because this is about a different subject right now. This is right now actually a much more important subject. We just ended a war that was going on for 30 years where 6 million people died, so don't ask me a trade question on Canada. This is a tremendous breakthrough. In a few short months, we've now achieved peace between India and Pakistan, Israel and Iran, and the DRC and Rwanda, and a couple of others also. Serbia, you know, they were getting ready to go to war with a group I won't even mention because it didn't happen. We were able to stop it, but I have a friend in Serbia, and they said we're going to go to war again. And I won't mention that it's Kosovo, but it's Kosovo. But they were going to have a big time war, and we stopped it. We stopped it because of trade. They want to trade with the United States. I said we don't trade with people that go to war. And we said that also with, if you take a look at Pakistan and India, it was great. They have two great leaders, and they were able to stop. They were in the midst of a big fight, I guess everybody saw, and it was going to get very bad. And they are nuclear nations, very powerful nuclear nations. And coming in, the Congo is coming in, and Rwanda is coming in. That was a vicious war that went on, a machete war, heads chopped off all over Africa. They're coming in. We did 2 others in addition to that. Nobody's ever done anything like this. More difficult than other wars. I mean, look, we just ended a war in 12 days that was simmering for 30 years, frankly. We ended Rwanda and the Congo. It's coming to sign the documents. We've already signed basic documents, but they're coming, I think, to the White House on Friday. We ended Serbia was going to go at it. But maybe the most important of all, India and Pakistan.
Okay, so I know I just gave you guys 2 clips where he's just sprouting the same old bullshit about him being the great negotiator, the great deal maker about making these wars go away. Some of them were not even wars. He just said Serbia, you know, he doesn't want to mention them, but he's going to mention them. And he made the war go away, even though it wasn't even war. I don't know what the fuck he was saying there. But, you know, we'll just go down the list, okay? I didn't write down the list, but I know the countries that he was talking about. So what first comes to mind, the last one he said in the last clip, he said, India and Pakistan. Well, the deal was reached after a long night of talks mediated by the U.S., Pakistan, and the Prime Minister, Shehbaz Sharif. He thanked Trump for his leadership and proactive role. But Indian leaders disputed the fact that Trump's intervention factored any way into the ceasefire. He did not mention the United States said no foreign leader asked India to halt its military operations. India denied any U.S. involvement. Trump indeed says he brokered a deal to halt violence, but the violence still continues between these two, Pakistan and India, nuclear-powered nations. Bullshit. I call bullshit. And I think the next one he talked about was Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. This happened in June 2025. The U.S. brokered a peace agreement to end their 30-year conflict, but the parties agreed to a long-term ceasefire under Biden in mid-2024. So why this guy is taking credit for it, who knows? As in why? Who knows why his hair is that color? Who knows? But he's taking credit for it. Next one is Serbia, Kosovo, which I can't even talk about it because who knows what he's saying when he's in that clip where he's saying, you know, I can't talk about it, but you know, I have a friend who's in Serbia and I want to mention Kosovo. And what, dude, are you okay? Do you need to take your medications? The Serbian president said his soldiers have not moved any machinery. It does not even occur to us that we are supposedly preparing for conflict against each other. Even so, their intermittent fighting continues. There's no peace in that area. I don't know what he's thinking about. Maybe he's playing Call of Duty. I don't know. The next one is Egypt and Ethiopia. There's no peace agreement established. Basically, a similar incident occurred in 2020 when Trump said that the dam could be blown up by Egypt if Ethiopia didn't make a deal with the nations. He said he had a deal with them, but Ethiopia broke the deal, which should not have been done. The leaders wouldn't allow him to be the leader of the summit. When they were all sitting together, he wanted to be the boss man. He wanted to be the mafioso, the Don Corleone. He wanted to be kingpin. And since they wouldn't let him do that, he left because he got butthurt. So there's no deal there. So I don't know what pipe he's smoking on. There's nothing there. There's no there in Egypt and Ethiopia. As far as Thailand and Cambodia, there was a ceasefire brokered by Malaysia. The U.S. was just an observer, fucking serving cocktails, I guess, you know, Mai Tais. Cambodia and Thailand agreed to a ceasefire after a territorial dispute escalated into an armed conflict July 24th. And it ended on July 28th. That's not a war, people. That's just two neighbors dusting it up because one of them wants to watch boxing, the other one wants to watch baseball. Okay, that's not a war. He wants to have all of the glory for stopping these wars, which are not wars. And of course, we all know Israel and Iran. They weren't at war. I don't know where he gets this, but he flew all kinds of stealth fighters and bombed the shit out of Iran. Iran said, what the fuck did we do? But you know what? He wants to seem like a big, powerful man. He wants to be like Vladimir Putin. Putin my ass. He wants to be like North Korea, strongman, dictator. He wants to appear powerful. but he's not. He's just a sick, frail, old, delusional old man. What's the conclusion here? We all know that Trump is a liar, a cheat, a thief, a stealer of people's dreams, a person who makes you do things you never would want to do just to get into his good graces. He's a sociopath. And he wants the Nobel Peace Prize because his arch nemesis, Obama, has it. He's actively campaigning for that and often places himself at the center of diplomatic efforts, including smaller disputes. I'm surprised he hasn't come over here, try to mediate between me and my Southern California Edison. Okay, so that's the end of this rant. I am signing off. If you like this content, please give me a like, please give me a sub, please leave a comment down below. I read every comment. I appreciate every like, appreciate every sub. Give me some ideas about new videos, and if you weren't too turned off about the subject, give me something else to talk about. Until then, I'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.